where finally there is some clarity for foreign investors on GAAR. The Finance Ministry sources have said that investments via P-notes will be taxed only if they fail to meet 1 in 4 tests, which include abnormality, misuse and abuse, lack of commercial purpose and bona fide purpose tests. Let's take it straight to our policy editor, Supriya Srinath, for more clarity on the same. Supriya.
That's right. It's an important clarification coming in from the Indian government, and it's coming in perhaps because there was just so much panic in the Indian market, and on the back of the news, the market did rebound in that trade. So there are 4 tests that P-notes will have to meet, and if they meet any of these 4 tests, they can escape from being on the GAAR radar. The first, of course, like you mentioned, is the abnormality test. They will have to figure out if there was anything done out of normal course while that P-note investment was being made. The second is that the misuse and abuse test, which essentially wants to know whether any fund that's coming into India and going out of here is being used and has been sourced. The source of the funding has been, ascertained. That's the point number 2. The third important point is lack of commercial purpose test. I mean, if the onus lies on the P-notes to prove that there is a commercial transaction that has been made, they have to make the Finance Ministry or the taxman understand what were the underlying commercial purpose by which this investment was made in India. And the fourth important point is the bona fide purpose test. But the very important point that I'd want to bring to our viewers right now is that there's something called the main purpose test. I mean, this is the one overarching test. This is the test that will actually ascertain whether or not the entity was created only to avoid tax, and did it have commercial purpose. If the P-note investors fail to meet these tests, then they have to go ahead and meet one of the 4 tests that we did speak about. So, this is fairly common practice. It happens around the globe. This is how work happens, and which is perhaps why the Finance Ministry wants to plug loopholes. They believe that there have been loopholes in the system, and they have been left open for way too long, and which is perhaps why they want to tighten the system, and they want to ensure that the source of the funding and the end use of the funds will be known. This is also a measure to check the flow in of very hot capital or volatile capital that could purposefully flow into India. So yes, Finance Ministry are laying fears at this stage because they do believe that P-notes as an asset class has to be distinguished, it has to be differentiated from other asset classes.
So far, I do not know why the market is reacting on the GAAR. All these things are under consideration of the Parliament. What can I say now?